July. Hello besties and welcome back. So this video is super exciting. We are going to be reading booktubers' favorite books. Basically reading the book that booktubers have recommended and that have been 4 or 5 stars for them. So I'm super excited about this because normally when I read books that certain booktubers read, they're also favorites of mine. So in this video, I think we are going to choose 3 different booktubers and read some of their favorite books. So this is going to be super fun. I'm so excited. First up, we are choosing Miss Sarah Caroli, and I have actually already started this book because I was at the car dealership for approximately 3.5 hours today. So we got some reading done already. We are reading The Gilded Cage by Lynette Nani. Now this is the second book to the Prison Healer series. I think Sarah gave the Prison Healer like 4 stars, and then same with this one. I actually read the Prison Healer like last week and I gave it 5 stars. So I was super excited that I could read this one for this video since Sarah did rate it highly. Hey, it's me from the future. So I feel like I'm popping in for a sponsorship, but like girl, this girl ain't getting no sponsorships. Anyway, I realized I didn't talk about what the Prison Healer is about, so I thought I would pop in and do that so you guys aren't like, what is she talking about? The Prison Healer, this is a trilogy. I read in this vlog the second. I had previously read this one. I gave this book 5 stars. It is about our main girl, Kiva. She is the Prison Healer. She's at this prison that's like super dangerous and like whack. And basically you get in the prison and you never leave. So she is like the healer, the doctor there. And eventually the rebel queen comes into the prison and Kiva has to try and heal her, but the queen is so sick and she's sent to go in these like trial things that are like death. Like, so Kiva has to take her place in the trials since the queen is so sick and like physically cannot do it. So that is kind of the gist of this book, but it is so much more than this. The romance, incredible. The friendships are so good. This is probably one of my favorite series of all time now. That is a little background. Now back to the regular scheduled program. As for my thoughts for this one, I'm on page 158, and honestly, I'm like not into it yet. Like nothing really has happened and it's been kind of a little bit boring, and I'm just having a really hard time getting into this book. Whereas with the Prison Healer, I literally could not put this book down. I binged it in like 2 sittings. Whereas this one, I have like no desire to read this book because like not much is happening. So I'm hoping it picks up soon. I'm definitely gonna push through it because I love this world and the characters so much. So yes, this is our first book of this video. Okay, clearly it's a little while later, but I got to page 204 and I'm ending my reading for today. I still haven't got into this book that much. Like, there's still not much happening. Like, I don't know why I just can't get into it, but I hope it picks up soon because like I love this world and the characters. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. Well, it's not morning, but happy next day. So I don't think I've read since I last updated. I'm hopefully gonna get some done now. I'm on page 204, still feeling the same about it, that it's not really hitting as hard as the first one did, and that there's just not as much going on, but hopefully it picks up here. So we're gonna read some. Okay, earlier I said that like I wasn't vibing with the book, but now I am super into it. I don't really know like what clicked. Like there still hasn't been a ton that's happened, but something just clicked and now I'm like can't stop reading. So I'm on page 260. I really want to try and finish it today. I think there's like 400 pages, so it might be doable. The scene I'm at right now is where everything is gonna go down. I'm like freaking out. I'm like scared to read this. This could go so badly. Same girl. The main girl just said she didn't think she could do this. I'm like, yeah, same. And I'm just reading. This is just like so ironic and funny. Like if you have read this series, like it's just so entertaining. I can't really like say much because it's so spoilery. This is like hilarious. Not in like a funny way, but just like being like a fly on the wall in this situation, just like reading it, it is, oh my god, I just almost read the last page. Fancy a quick sparring match. Oh my god, I'm sorry, but this is hilarious. This one character, I don't know. I don't like her, I don't think. I feel like this is gonna be like one of my favorite scenes. Like it's so kind of dramatic and like important. I'm just like laughing too, you know? Of course she freaking knew. She's a freaking, sorry. I'm about to cry. Girl, shut up. Literally shut up. Period. These couple chapters were insane. Now it's just getting insane. What the? Oh my god. Hi, I owe y'all some updates. So I wasn't planning on reading this for this video, but with the way the second book ended, I couldn't not. So I was planning on doing 3 books for this video, but since I'm reading this one, it's gonna be 4. Y'all are gonna treat. But this technically still counts because Sarah gave this 4.5. I started The Blood Trader, which is the 3rd book. I am 52 pages in, and oh my gosh, first part was so emotional and just crazy. I'm hopefully gonna finish this soon, and then we're gonna move on to the next picks. Good morning. So I am on page 73, and let me just say, I don't really know what I was expecting to happen, but I would have never like guessed it was gonna go this way, and I am so interested to see how everything's gonna play out because there's already been plot twist and there's just like so much that needs to happen that I'm like, oh my gosh. So I definitely want to get some done, a lot of reading done today. Okay, also this book is like high-key damaged. I don't know, is the last one at Barnes and like I needed to finish this series. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm like, I needed it though. It could have been ripped in half and I still would have bought it. She said it's good news, isn't it? Bruh, do you even know what's happening right now? No. I'm sorry, but like every time this character talks, I just like want to throw up. I just had to pop on and say that if this book was dual POV, it would be over. It would be over. Like, it would be insane. I mean, maybe it could be, but I don't think so, because usually, like, the names will be on the chapters, and I'm not seeing that. All it is just like that. So I don't think we're gonna get dual POV, but just know that if we do, this book's gonna go bonk. I just accidentally read ahead a bit, and what? Like, you know how when you're like on this page and you see like the last line of dialogue and it's just like 2 words, you just look over and then you're like, I'm gonna cover it up because I always read ahead. Oh god. Oh my god. How? I'm like scared to read ahead, but like so glad. I thought, no, he's mad, bro. You know it's a good book when I'm like verbally said, let's take it outside. We just gotta, who did this to you? That was like my favorite line ever. Who did this to you? I love this book. Who did this to you? Oh my god, I wish I could tell you guys what was happening. Bro thinks he can have M&Ms. Hey, it is a little bit later, but I'm on page 275 and I am gonna finish this book hopefully right now. I think it's like a little bit over 400 pages, like 430 or something, and it is so good. Do you ever just want to punch the main character? Because that's me right now. Like, you idiot. This girl had two choices and she chose the stupidest one possible. Oh my gosh. This is just going terribly. I'm sitting here in my car reading and I'm like trying so hard not to giggle and like verbally react because there's people all around me. But this is like, oh my god. I can't even read this without like giggling. Oh my gosh, I can't. I literally can't. Like I'm screaming inside. Why am I filming this on my phone? I literally have no storage. I'm sorry. Hi besties, welcome to another day. So we are on page, now I'm wearing Fourth Wing merch from Threaded by Sabrina. Go get some. My favorite sweatshirt. Page 360. I read like a chapter and a half today, but I'm gonna finish this book right now. Okay, y'all, I finished The Blood Trader last night, and let me just say a 5 if you catch what I'm saying. But my full thoughts will be in the wrap-up section. For our next book, I decided on Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. This book honestly has stacked reviews. Like, Alexa Ray gave it 5 stars, Katie's Reading gave it 5 stars, Haley Pham gave it 5 stars, and then Destiny gave it 4.5. So for this one, I'm gonna say I got the rec from Destiny. Here we go. The only other Ali Hazelwood book I've read is The Love Hypothesis, and I didn't like love it. Like, it was fun and a good read, but it's nothing that has stuck with me. So I'm excited for this one because I think it's fake dating. One thing I love when books do is when they have like text or like just anything that's not just written words in the book. And this one has emails. I don't really know yet, but I think she's a teacher, something like that. So you get the emails from her students and it's just like funny to read. I'm really liking that aspect of it. I'm only like 2 chapters in, so I don't really have much to say yet, but it's definitely interesting. I figured I should talk a little bit about what this book's about. I'm on page 64, so now I kind of know. So our main girl Elsie, she is in STEM. She's a physicist. And so on the side she kind of fake dates guys. So her main client, I guess, his name is Greg, and he has a brother named Jack. They don't get along, Elsie and Jack, the brother. And then she wants a new job, so she's interviewing for it. And at the interview, Jack is there and he's like, yo, you're not who you say you are, because he didn't know that she was also in science. He thought she was a librarian. So that's where we're at. They're rivals, and I'm not sure what's gonna happen with the job, but we'll find out. Hi, it's been a couple days. I'm having an off day and I'm starting to get sick, so I really want to finish this book today because, yeah, I'm on page 103, chapter 7. The chapters in this are really long. I don't really like that. But so Elsie is trying to get a new job, and one of the things standing in her way from that job is her like rival Jack, who is also the brother of the guy she fake dates. So that's really interesting because we're getting their dynamic, and it's just interesting, like her trying to get the job. There is some science talk in here that's just not clicking, so I just kind of skip over it. But yeah, other than that, it's good. Okay, I'm on page 216. I'm definitely getting more into it. I wasn't like not liking it, but I was just having a hard time getting like stuck in, you know. But now I'm liking it. The romance is starting to romance, and yeah, I have like 10-15 pages left. I finished the book. It was pretty good. I'm not for sure on a rating yet. All I know is it's not a 5-star. Like, it wasn't like a favorite of mine, but it was super cute and I loved it. And if I was like more into science and like understood even the drop of it, I feel like I would have loved this. But it was super cute and I loved Jack. He was so adorable. I'm not sure what I want to read next. We'll have to look. You guys, oh, I don't know why I do this to myself. I feel like with reading booktubers' favorite books, this is like an essential book when you think of this person. Dun dun dun. Clearly I am into this book. Let's see when I started it. I have been reading this book since July. I'm forcing myself to finish it. It is October. As we all know, this is one of Haley's favorite books. And it has been so interesting. Like, looking back, there's just been so much that happened, but so much I don't understand. But I'm gonna force myself to. Okay, I'm on page like 260, which I haven't read like that much, but I feel like I've been reading forever because I read this so slow because I don't really know what's going on or who's who. I'm definitely like into the story though, like it is really good. I know like the gist of what's happening, but like who's who and the details are like foggy. Okay, I kind of thought I would pop on here and talk a bit about Red Rising. So I started this at the start of July and it started off good. I was into it. I like understood what happened at first and then the story kind of switched directions, and from there I haven't fully understood it. Like I get the gist and the goal they are working towards, but there's just like character names I don't get, like certain words, sayings, like stuff like that I just don't understand. It is picking up a lot. I feel like I'm starting to understand and get more into the story. I'm hoping to finish it today. I have like 100 pages left, I think. I don't really know how to describe this. Like, it's a lot more than what I'm saying, and like if I like 100% understood it, it would be like mind-blowing. It's kind of Hunger Games-y. They are at this like school and they are like fighting for something. I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know what's considered a spoiler and what's not, so I'm not gonna say anything more than that, but just know if you are capable of understanding this, I'm sure it's an amazing book for you, and I'm definitely enjoying it. I have no clue a rating. Okay, I am about to finish this book. I have like 40 pages left, 30. It's definitely getting kind of intense. I have no clue how this is gonna end. Obviously, like, still not fully knowing who everyone is and all that, but it is super interesting, and like something happened that I didn't think was gonna happen. One thing though is I don't know if I'll continue the series, or if I do, it's gonna be not right away, I don't think, because it just takes so much brain power. Like, I just have to be in this right mood for this book, and right now I am, for like the first time in like 4 months, so. I thought I had like 10 more pages left, but I just seen that it's a sneak peek for the next book, so I'm about to finish it. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. I guess I thought it was gonna end on more of like a cliffhanger. Hello and welcome to the wrap-up section. So the first book I read in this video was The Gilded Cage, and this was Sarah's pick technically, so I think she gave this book like 4 stars. I ended up also giving this book 4 stars. This was definitely my least favorite out of the series. I don't know, like it just started off so slow for me, and like the first half was so slow for me, like I just couldn't get into it, and I don't know why, because like I love the world and the characters. Maybe because I started it at the car dealership and like wasn't fully in the reading zone. I still loved it. It definitely picked up after the second half. After the first half, I was so into it, like addicted, could not put it down. So I ended up giving this 4 stars. The storyline isn't as like intense as the first book. It's definitely kind of a filler in a way, but it is still so good, and you love the characters and all of that. The next book I read, which is also technically Sarah's pick, she gave this book 4.5 or 5, I think. I ended up giving this one 5 also. This one was incredible. I can't decide if this is my favorite or the first one. I honestly think they're tied. I can't pick. Like, I just loved the first one so much for some reason. But this one, the plot is literally insane. This book, like, wow. It is a roller coaster. It is literally insane. I was literally giggling. I was crying almost. There's just such a good sense of found family in this book, and the plot is insane. I didn't see half of the stuff coming in this whole series. There's just so many plot twists that you would never guess, and it is so good, and the characters are so good, and oh my gosh, there's so much tension, and oh, it is so good. And then I read Love Theoretically, which this book, there was like so many booktubers I could have chosen for this, but for this one I chose it as Destiny's pick. Destiny is definitely my comfort YouTuber. Like, I'll literally watch her Christmas videos like over and over again. I don't know, like I think like a 3.5. For me, I really don't click with a lot of romance books often. I feel like romance, like, I love a good romance book like once or twice a month, but like I don't reach for romance books every time I want to read a book. Like, I just feel like something with the genre just doesn't click for me all the time, so I just have a hard time connecting or giving romance books higher ratings, which nothing on the book, like this book was great, but I just don't love them all the time, you know, and I'll just forget them like the second after I reading this. This one was super fun. I really liked the idea of this and the storyline of Elsie trying to find a job and kind of like the love interest being involved in that. So I really liked Jack in this book also. It was just super interesting, like the way that they knew each other, how they met and all of that, and the way his brother tied into it. It was just so interesting. I really liked that. But realistically, this book just isn't something I'm gonna think about a lot. That is that a solid 3.5 star book. And like with saying this, I'm sure other people would love this, give it 4 or 5 stars, but for me, I just have a hard time connecting to romance books. I feel, I don't know, like I never just remember them a lot. Like I couldn't even name my favorite romance book. I guess my favorite romance book is probably the 7 Year Slip, and that is the only one that's like stuck with me a lot. The other ones, they just kind of fade to black, you know? They just kind of don't stick with me. And there was some science stuff that just, you know, didn't really make sense to me. And then the last book I read, you guys, I like don't know what to say about this book. Like, I can recognize that it is an incredible book, and the parts of the story that I understood were like insane. I think I'm gonna go with a 4 star for this one. Like overall, based on how well this book is written and developed, it's a 5, but since it took me 4 months to read, it can't be a 5, you know? So I think we're gonna go with a 4, because when I was into this story, it was so incredible. Like, looking back on everything that happened, I'm just like, wow, like so much happened in this book, and it was honestly crazy, and I've never read anything like this. Maybe I should have read some like YA sci-fi first to try and introduce myself to the genre, but I went for the big guns, you know? I did struggle to understand like who was who and all of that and some of the politics, but even not fully understanding, I still feel like I got most of the story. But I would say to try this out. I mean, if you have a higher IQ than me, maybe you'd be able to. I'm just kidding. I say definitely try this out. It is such an incredible book. You just feel so good about yourself when you have finished this book. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this, give it a big thumbs up. Let me know down below what like kind of themed reading vlogs you want to see next. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.